Hello, hello, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. Excuse my earlier little uh, technical issue, and hopefully now we'll be able to resume normally. Uh, I'm gonna keep an eye that this is actually working, hopefully. And hopefully I'm live. Yes, I think I am. I just need to see your comments. There we go. All right. So let's try this again. So today I felt like summer vibes, and since it's a little warmer, and I brought up Notes and Totes, which, as I was saying, is one of the new bundles in the new catalog that just went live this Tuesday. So as I explained, these are the dies, and they don't match any of the images in the stamp set, but it creates beautiful, beautiful pieces that you'll see we'll have a lot of fun with. All right, so let's get started. And here I have the 4 projects I had more ideas for. The first one is just like the toad creates a little treat holder. I put a couple of chocolates. I could have put more, but it's really cute. And if you don't mind that it comes up a little bit, you can even put like a gift card if you wanted. But anyway, so then I have this other card, which also features Quiero Decir, which is a stamp set, also new in Spanish, with some Spanish sentiments. Quiero que sepa, sorry. And it has just, like a thank you, a happy birthday, send you in good vibes. And we have the same one in English, but this is the Spanish version, and we can always use another Spanish one. And I hope I'm live. I don't see anybody on, and I saw somebody on before. But anyway, I see. It says I was live. Okay. I'm just gonna redo this and see if I can see myself. I think I do. All right. Hopefully this is recording. Now I'm concerned. But anyway, we'll see. So besides that, I made this other card. Sorry, this one I wanted to show. This is like a little newspaper die that you can stamp with one of the messages in the stamp set, and we put the newspaper here. But if you're a more literary person going to the beach, instead of the newspaper, you can put a book. And this book comes from For the Books bundle that we had. I think it may be in the last chance. I'm not sure. I didn't check before coming live, so we'll see. And then we have this funfold that opens like that. And we have our water bottle and our moisture sunscreen here, and the fun glasses. Anyway, so let's start with this. I'm concerned because I don't think if I'm totally live, if Facebook shows me as I was live 10 minutes ago. But I can see my hand. Let's see. I'm going to do this and see while I bring the stuff and see if I'm actually live or I'm seeing what I saw before. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's the right thing. All right. It's not my day today. Not my day. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now I see myself. And now I see the live. Okay. Right. Hopefully I was there before. And why doesn't it have this? Okay, that's weird. My Candy's Crafts Corner is weird. But anyway, we're going to ignore that. Hopefully it doesn't cover too much. All right. So let's make this first. So there's a lot of pieces in the dies, as you saw. So I'm gonna grab my elements. I'm gonna go as fast as I can because you'll see me making this tote more than once, so I hope you don't mind. But this is the only one that I'm gonna make like 3-dimensional. Well, the other ones come up a little bit, but I wonder if I'm not. Am I am the? Yeah, I am. Candice Cash Corner is live now. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm a little tired of these technical issues with my streaming service, so we have to look into it or change services. All right. So I'm folding. I cut it from the gray paper celebratory sips. That's a paper that we have on the online exclusives that are also new. And it's very funny. And besides papers that are like feature drinks and fruity things and everything, you can also, you have a couple of flowery papers. So, and they have such fun colors. So I'm just gonna put some glue here. They have such fun colors that I like, very summery to me, or springy summery. Anyway, so I'm just putting glue there, and I'm gonna put glue in one of these only. I folded it both on the same, but if you see, once you put them, this piece only is in only one side, so you'll put it inside the other one like so, and then okay, before we have to give it a little bit more time that I just gave it. Yeah, and before we put these tabs together, we have to put a little bit of glue on these tiny little tabs here, just on the little tabs there. That's just how I do it. I mean, you could leave it probably without it, but because it's not gonna come out. But anyway, just a little bit of glue. Then we put this inside, and now we attach the sides like that, making sure this goes inside, and we'll help it go inside if it doesn't with my bone folder or piecing tool. There we go. I hear the pop. Okay, I see 2 people are on. Can you say hi? So I'm sure that somebody's watching and this is working. Hi, Sandy. Wow, I feel privileged that you're late tonight. I'm watching. All right, so I'm just gonna press this on the side, and then we can make it have the shape that we want. So it's gonna have the seams like this. Okay, and then these tabs that I told you to put a little bit of glue, just with your bone folder, you lift them up and they will glue to the side there. One on each side. And this one is resisting. Maybe the glue dried up, but anyway, this is how it ends later. And this is the sides. It's perfectly covered, right? So you may have wanted to put your decorations before doing that. And I'm using these handles. These bags come with 2 handles, 2 sets of handles. And I'll show you the other one in a second. I like mine like so. You can put them a little farther down if you want. Excuse the fire department. Nothing I can do about it. Well, I could close the window, but it's kind of hot. Let's put the other handle more or less where I had the other one, just halfway through the stitching there. And then you decide which one you want to be your front. And then we're going to put for this one a pocket. Oops. Because I'm putting the pocket, I'm not putting the side seams that I will do for the other one. So I'll show you in a second what I mean. I'm using the new Timid Tiger, which is this orange. And as I said, celebratory sips. The good thing about this, thank you, Sandy. The good thing about these totes is that you can use cardstock to make them. You can use DSP. You can emboss your cardstock or your DSP to give them texture if you wanted to. They're very versatile, and they're very so cute. So you have these seams that I could have put here, but because I was putting the pocket, it was too much, right? So I decided to just put the pockets, and instead of putting the seams, I'm gonna put these little stitch corners here. Oops, I put way too much glue there, but I'm gonna actually use it. Oh, okay, or not. So small. Well, I'll still use this, to put some glue on my other part, and then we're gonna put it here in the corners. And how cute is that? I'm glad you found me, Sandy, because before I had more people and I had technical issues and I had to disconnect and connect again. And I don't know if people found me or not. Anyway, and then just for extra cuteness, we're gonna put this purse scarf. And I like to put it, you could put it like this. I see many people put it like this, but mine has a little bit of a breeze. So there you go. That's your little tote that you can just fill with little treats and give it to somebody. You could also, let me show you the dice again. You can also die cut this little tag here and put for you or something. We don't have the for you in the stamp set, but I'm sure you have one that's little. But mine, I like it like that with no message, and then I can customize it if I want to or whatever. All right. So this is like the main tote. Hi, Susan. Thank you for finding me. And this time it seems to be working now. I'm glad I disconnected and connected again. So let's make card number 1, because we made project number 1, which was the little tote. But now we're gonna make this card. This I love this card. I made it the first time. That's the first thing I did. I just added the book today because I thought, this. What do you take to the beach? Well, sometimes you take a book, right? So many of us do. So for the background, I use one of a watercolor. I think it's I can't remember. I had it here and I put it back but I think it's one of these. I can't remember which one it was. This was Full Expressions, I want to say. Anyway, anything that's a watercolor background that has like a little bit of a sky/sea feel will work for you. Okay, for this card. Just an idea of things you can do with it. Okay, so we're gonna cut this at 3 3/4 by 5. I was very happy to see that in the new catalog, there's some of my favorites DSP continuing, which is unusual because usually the DSP discontinues. The stamp sets may continue, but the DSP may discontinue. But one of the Thoughtful Expressions and Autumn, Splendorous Autumn, or Sandy Vuron, I'm sure that you remember the name because she's brilliant with that. They're 6x6 paper, and they have a lot of these kind of watercolor scenes. I find them very useful for backgrounds, so I use them all the time. All right, so we have that, and then I have already a piece of Secret Sea, one of my new favorite in colors, and that's 4 by 5 1/4, and we're gonna attach for our And I'm gonna risk it because I'm gonna stamp it once it's attached here. So wow. But I'm gonna stamp it at the end, and I'll tell you why. Because I want to make sure that there's room for my back and that my back is not on top of the sentiment. So I'm gonna put the back first. All right, so we have our background. We're gonna stamp the sander in another new ink color, Darling Duckling. There you go. And now we're gonna make the tote. So once we make the tote, this is easy because we're only making half of it. So this time we have, I cut it in basic beige. You don't need this when you're attaching just like the half. So I'm gonna clip that off so it gets out of the way. There you go. And then we're gonna just flip it like like fold it like the other one. In the pre-folded marks that come from the passing it through the cut and emboss machine. And I like it like that. Right? You could actually make a narrower tote bag, but this one, because it's the main feature on the back on the card, I'm gonna keep it like that. Now I need all these elements. Look at this, like, oh my god, so much. I pre-cut them, as you can see. So first we're gonna attach these seams. Some people put it right under the handles. I like mine on the side. You know, you can do it like this, but I like mine better on the sides when the card is this, when the back is open like that. Like this. That's where we're gonna put it, where it falls. Okay, that's what I like them. You can do otherwise, but you know, that's the beauty of these. You know, you can customize it to your taste. Putting very little glue, and I'm gonna use my tweezers to put it right on there. I like to keep mine folded. Maybe it's easier to attach it flat with the flaps out, but I don't know. I see it better when it's folded. So oh, it moved too much. Come on, collaborate here. There we go. There. Then we're gonna put this back here, and that gives it like a totally toty look, right? So I'm gonna just fold this where it moves up with my fingers, just like that. It's just a little bit, because this is not gonna be, doesn't have to be exact. It's just so that it has, because this is not gonna be folded totally, you know, it's just like an indentation. And there and there. Because there's 3 layers, you want to want to press a little bit more here. So when you put it like that, you see it's you don't have to actually have like a total folder, but you know, it helps a little bit. And then we're gonna put our handles. Oh, I meant to show you the other handle, but I like this one so much better. You have this handle too, but I mean, I could have die cut it in. This, by the way, is Strawberry Slush, another new ink color. I like this so much better, so I don't think I'm gonna use that triangular. Oh well, today seems to be a busy day in my street, on my street, so excuse the noise. Look how cute. Isn't it adorable? I love it. I love it. You know, I love this toad. And so for the toad, we have this, but we're going to put the hanky at the end. So now I'm going to make the glasses. And for the glasses, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there. These I cut out of paper, DSP. I don't know. Oh, it's this same DSP, but the other side. Just because I wanted them to have some color, the frames. Don't put too much glue because this is very, very, very thin. So just enough so that it gets a touch and press down, and that's it. You put it in place if it's a little bit. The good thing is that one die cuts both parts, but honestly, you need to do it twice because you want both parts in different colors, right? This should be dark because it's a sunglass, and this should be whatever color you want it to be. So you have to cut it twice. And then you end up also with a lot of hearts like this, which I'm saving for a shaker card or something else. You know. So I hope you guys had a good Mother's Day, Susan and Sandy. In Spain, Mother's Day was last weekend. So I had a chat with my mom and sent her flowers. But that was last week for me. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue, and I'm going to put my glasses hanging from the side of my tote. And I want them a little up because, you know what I mean, not flush, because this part is just what makes them hang there. I mean, I'm being very picky now, but anyway. Okay, so the tote is done, and now we can put together the card. So, all right. I want my tote right there. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here on the tabs, like I did when I was putting together that tree tote, but now only on half. So we just put it wherever we want, and I want to cut a little bit of the frame this time, like so. And maybe it's a little too high because it's not on anything. It's kind of floating there. I like it like that. Now that I have it right there, I know that my sentiment is gonna go here. Before I put the handkerchief, I'm gonna put my sentiment on. And my sentiment, I can do sending warm wishes, or I can do relax. I think I like sending warm wishes for this one. And I'm gonna use Secret C because it will stand out very well. Oh, I'm sorry, Susan. But I'm glad you had a good day. All right. Okay. I'm pressing down my tote so I can see where it will. There you go. It came out pretty nice. Yeah, Mother's Day can be a hard day for some people, but I always think there's other mother figures in your life, or people who are mothers, like sisters who are mothers and daughters who are mothers. And, they need to, you find a way to celebrate them. Oh, that's nice, Susan. That's excellent. Good to celebrate, always. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here on the side of my starfish, which also comes from the die set. I'm just gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna tuck underneath my Nautilus shell, as my friend told me today. I didn't know that it was, but she told me, it's like, oh, that's a Nautilus shell. I'm like, oh, cool. So we're gonna get a dimensional, and tuck it underneath. And I like to press down, because if you see, it has this spiral effect here. So it pops it up, and then you can actually glue down the other side, so it gets like more three-dimensionality as well. And now we're gonna put it right here on the card base, which I cut from cloud cover. All right, there. Little touch of I should have put, excuse me, the fire department, man. My friend was telling me that you can hear them quite often in my life. I usually don't pay attention to them. They're kind of like white noise for me at this point in my life, after 31 years that I've been in this apartment. So I just put a little mini dimensional there, so it's get more attached. All right, so this was like, okay, no, not like that. I actually put some of these flat pearls. I think they're discontinued. You may find them in the last chance, or maybe they're done. But if not, you can use just any other pearlized uh, embellishment that you want. I'm saying pearlized because, like, the beach pearls kind of goes together. You can put just any embellishment you want. All right, so then once we put this, we can put glue. We can put a glue dot for the scarf. Let's do the glue dot now, if I can find them. Where did they go? Oh, here. They fell. And then I'm gonna put it right there. So as I said, mine is a BC Beach. Breezy Beach. That's it. All right, so that's my first card. And if you want, you could put the newspaper, or you could put the book that I was showing you. So let me show you how the newspaper will look. I think we'll put the book. And I want, for this one, you have these headlines: Newsflash, you're fabulous, or exclusive made just for you, or so grateful, a true story. I'm going to use this one. So grateful, a true story. Right. And we're going to do it in, it should be, for me, something very dark, like black or Secret Sea, which is very dark. So that will read as newspaper print. And I should use my matte because it's a photopolymer, but you know, it's pretty good. So let's try both things and see. You can tuck this here and put it on the slant so it doesn't cover the sentiment. Well, if you do it like this, it doesn't cover the sentiment either on the side. But it covers the sun a little bit. Or we could do the book. So who wants to vote? Book or newspaper? I'll leave them all inside and move to the next card while I hear your thoughts on the matter. Or we can leave them like that and decide when I'm going to send it. If I want it to be a thank you card, I can leave the true story, the so grateful a true story. Or if I want more like a birthday card or something, I can use the other one. All right, so next, let's do this beautiful card. Relax and enjoy, you earned it. And this could be a great card for somebody who just retired or something, or somebody who's gone on a trip and you want to give them a good wish card. It's a fun fold. We did it with my team yesterday. I think it's a really fun fold. And for this one, you need a strip of DSP that is 5 1/4 by 12. I'm using one that was called Sand and Sea that's retired. You can use whatever you want. I just wanted something that was bluish, so it evokes the sea and the the water, sun. You can use just whatever you have that or you want that works with your card. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna score it 2 inches and then 4 inches on each side. And then we're gonna turn it around and do it again. 2 inches. Okay. And 4 inches. And you wanna make sure that once you put it like this, don't fold it all the way down until you know that your folds meet in the middle and they're not overlaying like they are now. So you can adjust it before actually folding it all the way. So I'm gonna adjust it like this. And now I'll crease it with my bone folder. All right. So now they meet in the middle, right? But if you see, this card has an angle. So how do we make the angle? Very easily. We mark 2 inches with a pencil. Oops. Oops, you wait. Do a mark there. And then I mark 2 inches on the other side. You can measure this with your glass if you want, or with a ruler, or with your same trimmer, using the ruler in your trimmer. And then we're gonna get the trimmer again. We're done with this, so take it away. And then we're gonna line this mark that we did for the 2 inches with the second of the fold, the one that was in the 4, okay? And once it's, I can see, because I'm not on top of it, but I'm hoping that it's right. There. And we save it. Yeah, we save it. And because we're gonna use it again. And then here's my fold, second fold, and here's my mark of the 2 inches. I think that's it. And then we save that. And voila, we have that. Right? And now we are going to put this part like this. So we're going to take this little triangle off. Actually, you can use it. You don't need the trimmer. You can just use your snips. These little triangles you can throw away. And I'm going to flatten this angle, the sides from the blade, the marks from the blade. I'm going to flatten them. And I'm going to put it like this. And then it looks like I have a diamond here, right? So now we're going to glue these parts. And these parts. All right. And voila, we have the sides. I don't know why this is crooked. It is. I think I put it a little crooked, but it doesn't matter because we're going to put our main image here. Nobody's going to look at that. Okay. All right. So then we need to put that on a card base, but it's not a regular card base. It's just a single 4.5 by 4.25 by 5.5 piece of cardstock, which I'm using. This is Night of Navy. We center it. And that's the card. And I'm actually gonna spread the it bothers me that I put this crooked, but anyway, too late. So make sure that when you adhere this piece, it's flush with your card. I mean, it's barely noticeable, but I notice. It bothers me more than anybody else. And I want to actually make sure that this is not overlaying. All right. So we have the fan fold ready. Now we're going to create our middle focus. And for the middle focus, I here used the decal rectangles, but I'm figuring that the spotlight on nature may be a better choice because it's more like I think it's still available. So if you don't have it, but any circle will do, or other shapes. All you want is a focal image. And I think I'm going to use this one because it has like kind of like the radiating sun rays kind of inspiration. So I'm saving that for something else. And I used a piece of the same sand and sea that I have, but you can use regular cardstock or something in a sandy color to create this sand here. And I'm just gonna use my fingers to cut a strip. And I'm gonna do 2 strips so I can just layer them like this. And the other one, I think because there's too much white, I think I may either use this side that has less white. Yes, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. It depends how you break your paper. If you do it towards you, the bottom part will show the white, but if you do it away from you, the bottom part will show less white. And if you use cardstock that is a single color cardstock, then you wouldn't have any noticeable difference. If you're doing the same for a blue sea, for instance, you want the white showing more because it would resemble the foam of the waves. But anyway, that's just me. So we're gonna just adhere these layers like so towards the bottom because we want to have room here. So maybe even farther bottom. And then the other one just on top. I'm just gonna actually put a little bit of the glue there because I may want to tuck things in there. Okay. So once this is done, we turn it around and we clip the difference. There. And we have our bottom sand. You can also, and we'll do that in the other card, you can also sponge a little bit with the sponge over the sides with whatever color you're using. So I'm just gonna actually leave this so it's like more sandy impression, kind of like there. All right. So now we're gonna put some fun things in it. So I have the water bottle. Isn't it cute? It's very cute. Can it be tucked here? Maybe not because I glued it too much. Oh, yes. Okay, I can tuck it right there. And I also have my sunscreen right there. So I'm going to put the sun right here instead. I put mine on the side, but I'm going to put it more to the center now. So let's do that. There. Maybe a little low, but anyway, we'll work around it. And then I'm also gonna I use this from an old paper. Just you can use just whatever you want your bottle to be. But I'm gonna use the stamp with the flowers to stamp some more detail into it. You can also use any other paper that you have, or there. I'm just gonna put this like that. And since I have this out, actually no, since I have this out, I'm gonna get my bottle and get the sun that I did in yellow. I'm gonna put it, clean it up first. and then put it as a mark to show that that's sunscreen. Right there in the middle of the bottle. There. All using strawberry slush. And then we're gonna put some gluing elements here, because this bottle comes with the little hook for the bottle. See, this goes like this, and this is kind of like the hook that where you grab your water bottle. I think I put the mat with my glue, and see, yes, it got stuck to my, okay. I also wanted to show you, I have this other bottle that I cut from the metallic paper that we have right now, and this is in cloud cover. And then you could use the other way around. You can put the hook in the color paper and that like this. But I think for this card, I'm gonna use this better. Okay, save this for another project, and there are many. We also had this bottle for sunscreen, but I like the one with the pump. I always like a pump. Pump or spray, that's what I use. All right, so let me put a little bit of more glue there. When there are little elements like that, that's what I like to do. I like to put a little bit of glue on my silicone mat, and we just need the glue right there because the rest is kind of more loose. I'm gonna put a little bit so it stays, but I don't know if it's gonna go outside or not, so we'll see. I think for now this is good enough for the bottle. And then for this one, I die cut it again in silver foil paper, and I'm just gonna trim just the cap. I decap the whole bottle, but I want to use just the cap. And we're just gonna attach it on top of the other cap, like so. Yeah, like that. I like that the cap is different than, the pump is different than the die cut. I wish I had left more room here to tuck my bottle on. See if I can make a little bit more room separating my paper. Just want to try. Yeah, that would work. Yes, that works. It covers the sun a little bit, but I can put it like that, and then we can see that. Excellent. So, yeah. So now that I know what I want them, now we're going to glue them. On this. I think it's a lot of fun how many elements. Oh, sorry, I didn't put enough up here, and this one needs it. I think it's very fun how many elements come in this die cut set, and I'm gonna do the same with these. Just the bottom, because the top goes over the circle. And voila, and now we can use another pair of glasses. In this case, we're gonna do these ones in red. Add a little bit more glue. These don't want to move, but I think I got them. And then they're gonna be tucked like this. Maybe more like that, or maybe I don't want to cover the sunscreen so much. But I don't mind that these go out of about like that. Yes. All right. Just a little bit of glue. All right. And if you wanted to add a little bit of drops of water coming out of the here, we could put these, but I don't know what color we would do them, because sunscreen could be just anything. I don't know. Do I have the color, a right color here? But we would like a blue, light blue, something. But let's try this. Let's try to put, and I know sunscreen is not that color, but I have boho blue as the only blue, light blue that I have around me. I'm gonna try. What's the worst thing that can happen? That I ruin the whole thing? Hi, Kate. How are you? So this is gonna be a blue sunscreen. I don't know if there's such a thing. But if I put white, nobody's gonna see it against my white background. So there you go. So it's gonna be blue. Let me put this away again. All right. Let's see. Hopefully, don't ruin it, Candy. Don't ruin it. Ah, that's cute. I like it. It works. All right, and a couple of pearls, because I don't know. As I said, it's not that I find pearls every time I go to the beach, but that's what I associate with the beach. It's weird. So I'm gonna put the little ones there. And then another one over there. And there we go. That's my centerpiece that we're gonna now put. Take this off, sorry, making room. Taking off my gluey mat. And now we're gonna put it like this. And isn't this adorable? Of course, you cannot glue the whole thing. So what do we have to do? We're gonna put dimensionals on half of it. Dimensionals that I just took. Okay, here. Let's see where it goes, like in this half. I'll put 4. I think that's enough. And now we center it. And something's not working. Oh, okay, we have to move this one a little farther in because I put it too much. Okay, and it doesn't want to move. There we go. There we go. Slowly but surely. There we go. All right, so now always check that you have it, that you don't see it once you open it up, because you don't want it to get glued. And then from here, we have a piece of 3 3/4 by 5. I use the textured notes because I love them, and because you're gonna see them up here You see, it gives a little bit nicer element. And I'm gonna put my sentiment back here. I don't want to use the relax and enjoy because, you know, a happy birthday would be good. So I can have a happy birthday card. So let me do that. I have here just a note. I have sending warm wishes. This is a good one, sending warm wishes. I think that's good enough. I'm going to use that. There you go. No happy birthday. It's a little bit more generic, but where's my sending warm wishes like the other card? I'm going to put it like here a little bit farther down because in my original card, you can see the top of my letter. Not that it's a big issue, but, you know. Okay, so sending warm wishes, just like that. Perfect. I love this color, so elegant. And this stamps so well. So now, where is my card? And this will go with this a little bit of blue there. This will go like this. Center. And voila. Now you don't see it. Yay. There you go. That's my second card. And for my last card or project of the night, that's my third project, second card. The first one, remember, it was the little adorable toad, right? For those of you who were late. And my last card is this one. In this one, I put the newspaper exclusive made just for you, and I have like a little towel here that I made. I have to glue it because you don't want the towel to be working around. But anyway, I'm just gonna actually, now that I'm with you, putting a little bit of glue to glue. Oops, I see that my handle came undone. Of course, the idea was that you could take this off and you could see made just for you because you cannot see it right there. So I maybe shouldn't have glued it. But anyway, now it's glued. Exclusive made up for you. I'm gonna put it further down, not like that. Anyway. And let's glue this that it came undone. I just put very little glue, and because this one was embossed, it needed a little bit more glue. And I'm gonna glue my towel too because I don't want it working around. And look, now everything is coming undone. Okay. All right, so this is the card, okay? So let's start with the basics. So let's start making the tote as always. And this tote you'll see, because this card is vertical, if I put it open like this, it was way too wide. Love the tote, right? Kate, you know, like, yeah, for us girls who like totes, it's a great thing. So this one I folded a little bit more and I cut a little bit of it. So it's a little smaller tote, like a more vertical tote. So let's make this first. Well, we're gonna cut this as we did before. And as I said, we're gonna just cut like more or less half of there. Half of the flap. And then we are gonna fold this flap in half, and then we have the place for our glue. and still a little bit of a tote shape. Okay, and we're gonna fold this in and fold this in half. Well, a half, not so much. All right. All right, so that's kind of like the shape, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, like the shape of, like a more narrow tote. All right. So now we have it here. We're gonna do the same as we did before. We're gonna put our handle, and we're gonna put, okay. There we go. They got stuck with the static in the plastic. So we're gonna put this first. Oh, this is coming undone, but I can glue it once we glue it. These seams that I cut in, what is this? I don't know if it is Night of Navy. Okay, I thought it was Secret Sea, but no, it's Night of Navy. We can also put this one, make the tote. Let's do that for variety's sake. We're gonna put this as the ones under the handles. I don't know. What do I want better? Kate, what do you think? Or Susan? This or the seams to the side like this one? I think I like this one better. I'm gonna go with my instinct. All right, so first we put the seam and then we put the bottom. Just a tiny little bit of glue. We may need a little bit more because this is embossed. I embossed this with the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. So I cut it first, the die, with using the die, and then I put the piece under the embossing folder, the 3D embossing folder. And then you get this texture effect like many totes have. This is a fancy tote, people, with engraved leather. Now that we have that, then we have this. And this is gonna be a little white now, but we can cut it afterwards, after we fold it. So I'm gonna actually open it up. Put more glue than I did before. Make sure that it gets stuck, properly adhered. There. And now this gets folded like this. So I can fold the whole piece, including that. So I'm not gonna trim it, so it has a better edge. All right, so that's the bottom of my tote. I'm trying to move this piece a little bit farther down so we don't see the edge. And then we'll glue this, and let's glue the handles now. I know these totes are really so adorable. But the card that I made before, this one, doesn't have the tote, and it's very cute too, I think. Don't you think? All right, so that's our tote, that narrow tote for this vertical card, okay? There. Oh, we need the scarf. Let's put the scarf tool. Using a glue dot. I like the scarf with a glue dot because they fit right in the knot of the scarf. And there we go. All right, okay? So we have that. Now we need the towel. For the towel, I got a piece of, I can't remember which color this was. It was in Tahitian type. And then just let's scrunch it. I think it was 3 by 1.5 by 3. Yes. So I'm just gonna do this. Just crunch it all as much as in a little bowl. So I break all the fibers. And then I open it up again. And then I scrunch one on the other side as well. Like, you know. Some people like to spritz it with water, but then you have to wait for it to dry. So when it's like this, then you can just open it with your nails that I don't have because I got my nails done the other day and I like them very short. But anyway, and then you peel off a layer or two, whatever it comes from. And we don't need to peel it off all the way for my sake, but you know. And then it gets this texture, more cloth-like texture. And then I'm gonna roll it and make it into my towel. Actually, I should have rolled it the other way, don't I? What side is gonna show better? I think I need to peel a little bit more from here. Or I can use this that you won't see it, and that's it. Okay, yes, let's do that. Yes, this is the side where it's gonna be seen. Yeah, this is there. So that's my towel. But of course, no, I like the other side. Okay, let me do the other side. No, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I think that I didn't peel the whole time, the whole thing here. Something doesn't get peeled out here. Let's see. The thing is that I had one that I already peeled and it was perfect, and I have it right there. But I wanted to show you how to do this. I want a little bit more, and I don't have any nails. Yay! Okay, if I cannot get it at this time, oh, there we go. Just a little bit more. All right, yes. There. And I don't care that there's these little things. It's fussy, like the towels, like terry cloth. And now we're gonna roll the towel. And I had cut for the books, a layer of an already peeled towel, and we're gonna put it like this. And this was to make the tassel, but I'm gonna use it as the fringe for my towel. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here so it gets stuck, and then a little bit of glue here for my tassel, my fringe that I cut from an already peeled thing. And that's how it looks like. Isn't it cute? So now you have your beach towel there. And then we can put the newspaper or a book. I think the book is too big for this one because this is a smaller tote. Let me clear this up. Anyway, but we need to make the background for this before we can attach it. And as you see, I have sun going on and I have a fence going on too, like what beach fence. So let's start with the sun. And where is the strips? All right, I guess there's none. I had it right here. I saw them. Where did they go? Oh, I know where they went. I put them back in their place. So I'm gonna cut 2 strips out of this. It's like 3/4, more or less, by 4 1/8. This is, by the way, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So I'm gonna cut the. I'm doing off camera because I don't want to take these things off here, so I'm doing it on my lap. Yeah. So here we have 2 strips like that. And yes, I need to replace my. You see, when you get this, you need to replace your blade. But since I'm gonna do this, it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna. This is what I was telling you, that in this case it doesn't matter if you do it towards you or away from you, because you can do a little bit of everything. Trying to do some wavy shape. It doesn't matter because it's cardstock, so like everything is the same color. And same here. I'm gonna do, actually, I think I did 2. One that was like that. And the other thing like this. Oopsie. And don't mind if it gets wrinkled or anything, because it adds to the texture that I'm trying to accomplish. Okay. All right. So these are my 2 main pieces. And these are gonna keep in the side in case I need something else. But we're gonna work on them a little bit more. And one of the things that we have from the uh, stamp set is these little grains of sand. And using crumb cake, I'm just gonna stamp a little bit on them, like so. Maybe I don't need to. I can stamp off from time to time, just a little bit, so for texture. And we have this one. There. And I had another one, the little one. All right. That's enough, just a little bit. Of course, if you have any DSP that resembles sand, like this one, you can also use it. But I want to show you a variety of the things that you can use. And of course, we're going to sponge a little bit the edges. Lightly. And this one. All right. So now we're going to adhere this layer of sand almost to the bottom, but not quite. Almost to the bottom, but not quite, because we're going to put the other layer on top. So maybe like that. So this is our complete strip. There. And then this one will go over it. I'm just gonna put my glue right on the bottom so I can tuck things in and play with it. And a little bit on the side, actually. The side needs to be, covered, so it doesn't stick up. And now this piece, we need. See, thankfully I didn't throw all the other pieces because we're gonna need a little bit more coverage over there. So we're gonna put this here. And a little bit of this. We need to see if there's a little bit of stamping power here. Yeah, I think that's enough. Can barely see it, but that's okay. And a little bit of my extra thingy there. So this can go here. Like this, yes. Am I on camera? Maybe I'm off camera. I'm sorry. I want to make sure that this gets covered. Like that. And then this we can put right on top of this. All right. So this, I don't like that this is like that so much, but it doesn't matter. I can live with it. I can always put an embellishment there. There you go. So I'm gonna put this as to the corner as possible, and this place that has the blue, I'm gonna put an embellishment there, and that's it. And that's why embellishments are useful, to cover mistakes. All right, so now we have the fence. And I die cut the pieces of the fence. They all come together, so you die cut one piece. It's one piece and cuts all the frames, so it's actually very handy. But I put 4 on mine, 4 posts on mine. And I like to put them like not all the same height, because in the beach they're not regular, because the bottom is not regular. So I'm just gonna see how I want them. And then once I have them where I want them, I'm gonna glue them. So this could be a little bit more open, and this could be a little bit crooked like that. And I cut mine from DSP that had a wood thing, and we have a lot of them that have like some wood texture. But I like this one because it was white, like the ones in the beach. And these are beaches where I go. Yeah, right. All right. So something like that. You know, they don't have to be, you know, I'm going to put this upside down because I don't want the brown and the brown all together right there. Making sure that they're not the same, because that's the, I want irregularity here. So now once I have them what I want them, put a little bit of glue and put them again in the chosen space. And at the chosen height. They're almost all the same, but not all the same. That's how I want them. And then this one. Yep, it's falling. There you go. And the last one. So if you see, it cuts like a wood texture already, but if you cut that over DSP that has a wood texture, it's kind of a double whammy there. A little bit like that. Irregular. All right, and now we have a thin piece that goes yay like that. But I want it flush on this side and short on this one, like this is the entrance of the beach. So I'm just gonna cut this like that and adhere My hands are glue. Fingers are gluey now. So and, and flash on one side and like that. And then we can have the. For this one, I had the tote kind of tucked in the sun there, but this piece, it may not let me do that. Well, we can put it that side. I mean, why not, right? You can be going on the other side. Yes. So now that I want it like that, I see what I want it. I mean, I'm gonna put glue on all these parts, but not too much. We don't want extra gluing coming out. Gotta be from the handle, conveniently. And press down, folding the parts where we want them. There. I think it looks very cute. A little different. Then we're gonna tuck the towel there. Yeah, I understand that if you are gonna mail this, it may be a little thick to mail, but you know, may need extra postage. But you can give it by hand. So, and what am I missing? What am I missing? The newspaper. So let's use the one that I had there, that I had done before. We didn't decide what to put, if we were gonna put the book or the newspaper. Oh, it's in the other one. Sorry. This one has the book. So I can get this newspaper. And tuck it, but I should have tucked it before I put the towel on. Because now, oh, there we go. There we go. So grateful, a true story. All right. So I can put that with dimensionals or leave it like that so it can be taken out. And you can actually put here like a thank you note by hand. Why not? I'm going to leave it like that. If I can find a way to tuck it back again. Oh, there we go. All right. So let me take this off here. Now we can put a starfish or a nautilus shell. I kind of like the starfish because it gives more color. And they're gonna put a mini dimensional right there in the middle because it fits. And a little bit of glue on these arms here. Oh, actually, I can do this too. All right. And now we said that we needed embellishments to cover that. So we're gonna put one of the bigger pearls there. Make sure that there it's covered. And then another one there, and one on the other side. And then we need our sentiment from there. And for the sentiment, I'm gonna use a happy birthday for this one in English. I use a Spanish one there to show you that there was a Spanish one, a Spanish stamp set, quiero que sepas. But I'm going to use everyday greetings, and I'm going to put happy birthday. I had, I think, another label for that. Yes, yes. Let's use this. Let's use the texture notes, little framed rectangles. I love them. They're so helpful. And I'm going to clear a stamp set, a block there, and I'm going to put my birthday here and my happy on top, if I can find it. Where's my happy? Huh. I think the happy comes in the greetings of the season. So I'll grab it in a second. Yeah, here's my happy. All right, greetings of the season. This needs to be more like that. Happy birthday. Or maybe I can put happy here. Let's do it separately. Let's do happy first and birthday second. I think that's the way to go. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna use what color? Berry burst. Oh, fail. Oh no. Let's see if I can rectify that. Happy? No, I think I didn't get enough. Do I have another one of these? I don't think so. This is my paper is not, my wrapping there is not flat. Okay, happy. That's good enough. I'm gonna live with it. And then birthday. Where's my birthday? There. I like the font combination, but I don't like that I didn't do it straight. These have so much ink, so I have to be very careful. All right, good enough. I'm happy with it, and that's all that matters. And then I'm gonna get my darling duckling and my sun again, which I'm gonna clean because I think it was red before, and now we want it yellow again. Uh-oh, I think I'm losing power. All right, I'll try to go very fast because I think I'm losing power. All right. And that's it. We'll put it right here. I'm not gonna put the bow in this one. And that will be it. I'm just trying to tell you really quickly before I lose power completely because my phone is powering off. I'm sorry. What a day of happenings. And then we're gonna put it here, and that's it. This, by the way, was from Splendor's Autumn DSP that stays, and it had the background that I wanted in kind of like a sky. And voila, here's our last card. Okay, quick recap. before I lose power, we have this one. We have the tote where you can put chocolates. And we have this really cute one. Actually, the one with the book. All right. So I hope you liked it. Sorry for the beginning technical issues. And I'll see you all next week. Bye bye. Happy week.